Good morning, afternoon, evening, or very late night to my procrastinators out there, and welcome to my 4 Minutes of Fame. My name is Maxwell, and I'm excited to teach you about some cool Egyptian artifacts and read into what they mean perhaps a little too much. To start out, let me introduce the stars of the show, the two aforementioned Egyptian artifacts. The story of Sinu from the Middle Kingdom and the tomb of Nebamun from the New Kingdom, only a few hundred years apart. And what's that in all of human history? So, the story of Sinu is an ancient tale found inscribed in a tomb and on some tablets, and it stands out for a few reasons. One, it was almost completely intact, which was very rare for ancient manuscripts, as we have seen with things like the Epic of Gilgamesh. And two, it has a really good use of language as it develops the setting, the characters, and the dialogue. It's very literary in style. And so the story of Sinu is possibly based on real events, but it's definitely embellished with some fictional elements. And the story goes like this. The king of Egypt is assassinated, and Sinu is compelled to run away to the lands near Syria just because he was loyal to the previous king. So he makes a very arduous journey, and he's on death's door, but he is received hospitably by a chieftain in those lands. This chieftain gives him a wife, livestock, and property for him to oversee, and makes him prosperous in that land. Then, one day, some men from another region come to steal his goods. So he gets in a fight, and he beats their mightiest warrior and raids their camp. Then, he realizes he desires to return to Egypt so he can have a proper burial and go to the afterlife. So, he gets into contact with the new king, who invites him to return. Upon his return, the new king and the royal family welcome him with tears of joy and promote him to a high position as an official. And then he dies and is given a proper burial. So the chapel tomb of Nebamun has this stunning artwork. As you can see, it's very colorful. The figures are uniform, proportional, and these represent scenes from Nebamun's life. Nebamun was an official, a higher-up official in ancient Egypt. And so you can see he has a hunting trip with his family. There was the one earlier on my introductory slide where he is lounging in a garden. And then there's this one over on the right where he is attending a banquet with many people and many foods. And so this art kind of showcases a very colorful, perfect reality, presenting an idolized version of high-class Egyptian life. And credit to the British Museum for these images. And so I would like to talk about the embellishment and propaganda in this art, because both works are examples of embellishing actual events or everyday life in art. For example, the subjects in both these artifacts are presented in an attractive manner, either through images that are stylized or events that portray enhanced credibility. The lives of both men are captured in a way that surpasses reality. Nebamun's paintings are more closely rooted in reality than Sinu because they feature real events that actually happened, such as the hunting and the banquet, while Sinu contains fictional and exaggerated events. And when it comes to the positive portrayal of the upper class, the story of Sinu has a chapter that is direct propaganda for the dynasty in the form of a hymn to Senwosret the first, the current king of the time. It called the king a champion, saying no one can stand up to him, and, my favorite line, while stealing the egg, he conquered, and his face was set to it from birth. Within the two works, we find two different kinds of self-promotion. Sinu promotes values like generosity, and hospitality, and courage, while Nebamun promotes the lifestyle of the upper class. Nebamun was a real person, but no evidence of a real Sinu has been found. And Sinu promotes the king, while Nebamun promotes himself. So, these two pieces of media, though different in form and time, contain a persistent value of presenting benefits in wealth and high society. They're there to immortalize success as an essential part of happiness. Could these be likened to today's values on social media, where people present their adventures, their deeds, and daily activities in perfect pose? Thanks for watching.